Hi, my name is Noy and today we'll be talking about my African American project / TED Talk, which is about how music genres are so racially diverse. And here to help me is Darnell Allen.
So when we look into the music genres today, the vast majority of the African American population is confined to mostly the hip hop and the rap music genres, seldom branching out to any of the other music genres such as hip hop, rock and roll, jazz music, which we will talk about in the future. But why do they combine themselves to only the hip hop and the rap? Why do they not branch out to the others? There's a vast majority. There's enough music for everyone. Today we will discuss some of the very few musicians that have branched out into the other music genres. African American.
Now, there is little known about African American musicians before they were released from slavery. Now, but most black slaves were already familiarized with hymns and gospels and for church gatherings, and they do know songs such as "Go Down Moses" and "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot." When the first African American church were open, African Episcopal Gospel in 1899 in Philadelphia, the first African American church choir was assembled, like the Avengers.
Impressive.
And the Afro spiritual just branched off.
Now, in the early 1900s, many African Americans branched out into the new booming genres of music, jazz and blues. Some of the famous jazz players of the time were Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong, the famous trumpet player, and Joe the King Oliver. These famous African-American jazz players paved the way for the Harlem Renaissance during the Roaring '20s. Another famous name we'd like to mention is Billie Holiday, affectionately known as Lady Day, who became the first black woman to perform with a white orchestra.
Now we move on to 1922. Chick Webb moved to Harlem and began leading his own band, which later became the house band at Savon Ballroom, leading him to become one of the best regarded band leaders and drummers of the new swing style.
Now, one of the most appreciated jazz artists of all time, as we had mentioned his name before, Louis Armstrong, born in New Orleans and later moving to New York to join in on the booming musical opportunities of the time, most of them being in New York, the roaring city, the Big Apple, if you will. Playing until his dying breath, Armstrong played a huge role in raising awareness for the African American musicians. And as time progressed, so did musicians. Musicians such as Dizzy Gillespie, yes, who helped modernize jazz by combining Latin American rhythms and flair to the traditional jazz style, combining Latin American and black music traditions to create very beautiful sounds, which would pave the way for many, many, many beautiful melodies for you to hear. Continuing on, two names, Machio and Chano Pozo, continue to reinvent jazz by moving along with the younger generation of jazz listeners. So, why don't you tell us more about these artists, Darnell? We continue on with more well-known musical artists. Some of them being Thelonious Monk, the famous pianist. Also, Miles Davis, another famous trumpetist who came after Louis Armstrong, most likely followed in the great Louis's footsteps. And probably the most well-known name in the jazz world is John Coltrane, the legendary saxophonist. Please continue, sir.
Well, I'm not really sure about the origin of jazz myself, since I'm not that much kind of understudied, but you, sir, are very well studied about the subject. I will instead tell you about rock and roll and how it began. Now, most of the stereotype about rock and roll are white dudes, long hair, and just playing crazy guitars. But believe it or not, African Americans actually invented rock and roll, but at the time, they were not accepting of the African American music. So, they used another person to do so, and this man was white.
Now, his name was?
Glad you asked, because I would not tell him. Elvis Presley was his name, And now, Elvis Presley adapted this style to his hip-shaking, guitar-playing style, and then rock and roll sort of on and on became more white dominant.
Interesting.
Yes.
Now, is there anything that you also like to add about rock and roll? This project is indeed about any African Americans who branched out to other genres. Would there be any black men or women who played an influential role in rock and roll? Any names?
Well, one does come to mind when you're talking about rock and roll. This man is also a legend. He's like the Louis Armstrong rock and roll, actually. His name was Jimi Hendrix. And whether you're black or white, this man was looked upon as one of the greatest guitarists of the century.
Impressive. What has he done for rock and roll?
Well, he sort of created, helped modernize psychedelic rock. He created the wah-wah bar, the wah-wah pedal steps or whatever. Yes.
Pay no mind. Just a mere trimmer.
Yes. Now, you also know much about rap. Why don't you tell us more?
Well, for the hip-hop and rap genre, which we'll finally branch out to, which originated, now there are many different speculations of when and where it originated. The most common speculation that I know of is that it originated in 1979 by a man named, by his DJ name as Kool Herc, who's known as the godfather of hip-hop music in the late 70s, early 80s. Now, some speculate that it was also originated from Queensbridge or even Brooklyn, New York. If you believe so, that is your theory. This is the one that I'm most familiar with. Now, continuing on, African Bambaataa, another famous hip-hop group who influenced it even more by adding on other elements to the game. Grandmaster Flash added the mixer, sampling music from other genres such as jazz, rock and roll to combine more than one genre into one piece. Moving on into the 80s and the 90s, such as names such as MC Hammer, Notorious Big, KRS-One, who is known as one of the earliest pioneers of rap music, hip-hop music, if you will. It's actually a very interesting concept in which some people believe they're the same thing, while KRS-One, his theory was different. He believed that rap music was something you do, but hip-hop is a culture. It is the way that you live.
Now, as we begin to wrapping up this video,
I saw what you did there.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Wrapping up! Yes, I meant to do that. And as we begin wrapping up this video, we will name some people who breaks the stereotypes now, such as Eminem, Macklemore, Fort Minor, who are all rappers, will rap and continue breaking barriers.
And also, if I may add on some Asian named rappers such as Trey, you may know him as he's a stand-up comic and also a rapper on the YouTube page. Also a man named Dumbfounded, who is Korean American. Also, if you are looking to Korean music, you'll note the rapper named as Outsider from Korea, who is regarded as the fastest rapper in the world.
Now, in rock, there are very few black musicians in the rock genre, but there are one that takes way above and beyond. He is a co-lead singer for a band, a metal band, in fact, for a band called Eyes Set to Kill, and also color personality. And that's all I have knowledge of African Americans in metal. And that is it. Hope you enjoy it, and thank you.